Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me from. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Towas, your mentor here. If you're watching me today, it might be that you have been trading for some time, or you're a complete beginner who is trying to make some money out of the market. Maybe you've been trading for some time. Maybe you've been trading for maybe 2 months, 3 months now, or 6 months now, or maybe even 2 years now. You're still not profitable. Or you're a complete beginner who just heard of forex, who just heard of stocks or indices or something about trading, day trading, and you want to trade the market. Okay, you want to trade market and make maybe $50 a day, maybe $100 or $200 or maybe $500 and so forth. But your problem is that when you open your chart, you get confused. You have headache. You don't know what to do. You have tried this, you've tried that, you've tried that. You don't know which time frame to trade. You've learned about 1 minute time frame. You've learned about H1 time frame. You've learned about daily time frame. Some people are saying trade hourly time frame. Some people are saying trade weekly time frame. Others are saying trade daily time frame. And you are lost in all. You don't know what to do. If this is your problem, don't worry. Don't go anywhere. Your headache will be solved today. But before we go, guys, do me a favor. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel. Okay, just hit the subscribe button, please. Just do me a favor. Or if you have been watching me for some time, you are my subscriber, or you're one of my students, my old students who are watching me. Just subscribe. Just hit the like button. Okay, hit the like button and help the algorithm to just put my video through. Okay, do that. Are you done? Have you subscribed? Okay, let's move on. So before you think of trading any market, okay, either forex, crypto, indices or commodities or metals, any form of market, before you think of trading anything, you must ask yourself, which kind of trader am I? Which kind of trader am I? Which kind of trader are you going to be? If you don't know this, let me tell you, there's a scalper, there's a day trader, there's a swing trader, and there's a position trader. I know definitely you're not going to be a position trader because position traders are for huge institutions, right? Most of the people who trade from home, they're either going to be scalping or day trading or swing trading. That's all. But I know that if you are somebody who wants to make something quick out of the market, you want to make $500, you want to make $200, you want to make $50, then you are going to be definitely be a scalper or a day trader, right? That's what you want to be. You have been trying to scalp the market. You have been trying to trade 5 minutes. You have been trying to trade 1 hour. You have been trying to trade 4 hours. Some people are saying trade daily. If you want to become a day trader, then why should you trade daily? You can't trade daily time frame if you're a day trader. Okay, so I assume that anybody who is watching me is either a day trader or a scalper. So I assume that you are also a day trader. If you're a day trader, which means you're going to enter and exit the market within a short period of time. Within a short period of time, it can be 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes, you're out of the market. Within an hour, you're out of the market. Or your trade might last for 2 hours. Sometimes my trade can last for maybe 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. Sometimes it can last for 5 hours. It doesn't matter. But you're a day trader, which means your time you're spending in the market is very short. Okay, when you when you click buy or sell, the amount of time it's going to take for your trade to execute and to complete the whole trade process is going to take maybe 2 hours or 3 hours, sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. Which means that you have to think differently than somebody who is a swing trader. You can't be in a house and want to become a swing trader and you think you have the whole time to yourself and you can become a swing trader. No, you have to be a day trader, which means you're going to use different time frame than somebody who is a swing trader. The difference is the time frame and the time they look at. So now, then let's narrow everything. You have heard of 1 minute time frame, right? You've heard of 5 minutes time frame. You've heard of 15 minutes candles, 30 minutes candles, H1 candles. Which one again? From H1, H4 candles. You can also set maybe H2 candles, but by default, you can get H4 candles, maybe daily candles and weekly candles. You have learned all these things. You go to different channels and they show you different strategies on different time frames. So you don't know which one to actually trade. You have to specialize. Let's narrow everything down here right now. Now, you want to say you want to be a day trader. I've already assumed that you're a day trader who's watching me. So let's narrow everything down. If you're a day trader, you are either going to be a day trader, you're going to be day trading, or you're going to be scalping. Okay, a scalper is also a day trader. So let's narrow everything down. Forget about all the higher time frames, daily, weekly, monthly. Forget about them. Okay, and focus on H4. So if you're a day trader, our biggest time frame you're going to use to analyze the market is going to be H4, which means the H4 time frame. The H4 time frame, that is the 4-hour time frame, is going to be our parent time frame where you're going to analyze the market. So H4 is our parent time frame, and then H1, M15, and M5 are our trading time frames. So let me explain to you. When you open your chart, and you want to trade, you first have to open your H4 as your parent time frame. Okay, open your H4 as a parent time frame for your trend analysis to determine which phase the market is in. Because if you don't know the phase the market is in and you trade the market, you're going to get a lot of losing streaks. Guys, you get me? you must determine the phase the market is in. That's what I teach my mentorship students. Most of you people here on YouTube, you don't know this, so let me tell you. If you don't know the phase the market is in and you trade a strategy, you're going to have losing streaks. Let's say you are having a trend continuation trading strategy, and then the market is ranging, and you're trading trend continuation trading strategy. Are you not going to have a lot of losing streaks? Yes, because you want to trade the strategy every day, but we don't trade strategies every day. We trade it according to the phase of the market. So is the market trending or is the market ranging? That's the first thing, which means when you have H4, when you open H4, then your purpose of opening H4 is to make sure that you are determining what is happening in the market. Either the market is ranging or trending. You are analyzing the H4 to know what is the overall direction of the market. In this channel, we use the currency trend meter to make our analysis. So we met the strongest with the strongest and the weakest with the weakest. If you want to know more about currency trend meter, just check my videos and you can find more about currency trend meter, or how to find forex setup and you can find more about the currency trend meter. But today, the purpose of doing this video is to show you top to bottom analysis, top down approach to analyze the market, even if you don't have the currency trend meter. So H4 is our praying time frame. You open your H4 alongside your chart, and then you check, okay, what is the overall direction of the market? Am I trading currency pair? Am I trading indices? Am I trading stocks? Am I trading crypto? What is the overall direction? Because the H4, whatever is going to happen in the day is going to happen on the H4 time frame, because we are going to use H1, M15, and M5 to be our trading time frame. Have you seen? So H4 is our parent time frame. So whatever is going to happen is going to happen on the H4 for you to see it clearly. So H4, you determine what is happening in the market using H4. Then you draw down to H1, which is the 1 hour time frame, to see if you're going to find a setup. So H4 is there. They open H1 to see, okay, now H4 is telling me that the market is on an uptrend. Then on H1, I must only be buying. That's simple. If the market is on an uptrend on the H4, you don't have to come to the H1 and be selling or be going sideways. No. If the H4 is trending, then you must only come to the H1 and M15, and you have to be looking for setups. So you go down to H1 looking for setups. Which setup are you looking for? The setup can be any setup that you've learned from anywhere. Maybe bounce strategy or any kind of strategy that you've learned anywhere from any channel or from my channel. You must look for a setup on H1. So when you open your H1 chart, you look for setup. But if you don't find any setup on H1, then you draw down again to M15. Because it can be that the trend is very strong on H1 and you can't find a pullback or something, some kind of clear pattern on H1, which means you draw down to M15 to find the setup. Okay, so H4 to H1 to M15. Why not M30? Why not 30 minutes? Because at least if you're making top-down analysis, the difference in the time frame should be at least 3 intervals, okay, 3 or 4 intervals. So if you jump from H1 to M30, it's like you're combining 2 candles, that's all. And you not see any difference. So H4, H1, M15, okay? Forget about M5 for now, forget about 5 minutes for now. Let's focus on H4, H1, and M15. So H4 for your overall analysis, H1 for your setups, to find setups, and then M15 to also find setups. Now, if you find setup on H1, then you are supposed to enter on H1. If you find setup on M15, then you enter on M15. So first, after you do the analysis and you do down to H1, now you look for setup. Which setup are you looking for? Okay, I find a setup on H1. Now you look for entry candles. Have you seen entry confirmation? Then you enter on H1. If you don't find any setup on H1, you go down to M15, then you search for setup. If you find setup on M15, then you search for entry candles or entry confirmation and you enter on M15. So let's see real examples on the chart. So to be able to do the top-down analysis correctly, what you have to do is that when you open any charts, either crypto, forex, whatever. So let's see here we are using Euro USD chart, okay, which is a forex chart. So when you open any forex chart, you must open 3 separate charts. So first one, you open H4 chart on the same chart, maybe Euro USD H4, Euro USD H1, Euro USD M15. You understand? So you open the same Euro USD in 3 different time frames. So first you go to new, then you open new chart, Euro USD chart. So I've already opened the 3 charts here. If you don't know how to do it, you can just use your software to do it, MT5 or TradingView, just do it. So I have 4 different charts, and for you to be able to see the difference, I'm going to use different colors so that you see the difference, right? Okay, just a slightly different color, but not really extremely different, but you see a little different. So you first have to open, the first one should be what? H4. So time frame, go to H4 time frame. Can you see Euro USD H4? And then you scroll to the end. Then the next time frame is going to be what? Then the next time frame is going to be what? H1 time frame, right? So the next chart is going to be H1. We're already on H1. Can you see H1? We're already on H1. So you scroll to the end. You scroll to the end. Then the next time frame is going to be what? M15 time frame, right? So the next time frame, M15. So M15, you scroll to the end. Now, this is a demo account because anytime I'm teaching something, I teach it with demo. I'm not going to teach on my real account, okay? My real account is there. I don't teach it there. I teach this one with demo. So anytime I'm going to click buy and sell, it's not going to affect my account. If you are practicing anything, you must do the same thing. Unless you are testing a strategy, you want to trade raw. But if you want to play with something, you want to test something, don't play it in your real account. By mistake, if you mistakenly go and click buy and sell without knowing, one time something happened to me. I was just trying to test a content, not knowing my hand has clicked sell. And my account was reading. I didn't know. Because of that, I had a little losing trade, okay? A little losing in my account. And I learned my lessons from that. This is about 3 years ago. I learned my lessons from that. So because of that, anytime I'm doing anything, teaching anything, whatever, I just open my demo account and I do it. So anything I'm going to do here, it will not affect my raw money, okay? So do that. So you can see that we've opened 3 charts. So the first chart says H4. So what is happening on H4? As you can see the H4, the overall trend of H4 is what? In a downtrend. So when you go to the H1, it's likely that the market is also going to be trending down. So H4 is in a downtrend, which means that we must be looking for only sales on H1. So now we draw down to H1 to see, okay, H1, what is happening there? Consider that H1 is also on a downtrend. Can you see? H1 is on a downtrend. Clearly on a downtrend. So we must only be looking for sales, not buys. Don't go against the trend, guys. If the market is trending down, you sell down. The market is trending up, you buy up. Don't go against the trend. Don't think we are the smartest person in the world. So you're going against the trend. No. Go with the trend. Okay? If you are trading trend following, then follow the trend. If you're trading reversal, then you only trade reversals. So let's see. So you can see that on H1 the market is trending downwards. So what you have to do, you have to open this one side by side. You cannot be switching. If you get confused, so you can open side by side by tiling it up. On MT5, you can just go here and click tile. When you click tile, the software will tile it up. I don't like how it has been arranged. I don't like that. So I have to tile it up myself. So I'll just move. I can just move it around. Trading view, you can do the same thing, okay? You can do the same thing on trading view. So I just have to move it around myself. So I can move it around and then I'll put H4 somewhere. Yes, somewhere. I just tile it myself to see it clearly. H4 somewhere. H1, come and join. I'm just moving it around myself, okay? Because the software is tiling it in this way. I don't like it, so I just have to do it myself. And then M15 also somewhere. Have you seen? Very, very, very simple. Guys, can you see? So now I have all the 3 charts arranged perfectly on my system. You can do that with MT4 or TradingView, side by side view. That's all. So now you can see what is happening on the H4. You can see what is happening on H1. You can see what is happening on M15. So if you don't find any trade on H1, they have to come back to M15 to search for trade on M15. Okay, come back to M15 to search for trade on M15. But if you find trade on H1, there's no need for you to come back to M15 to search for trade. Now make sure that you search for H1 first. If there's no trade, they don't trade. So on the H1 chart, you can see that now the market is trending. So you can see that the market is bouncing off the trend line. Can you see? The market was trending beautifully. So the market is bouncing off the trend line. What do you have to do? You buy when the market touches the trend line again, as everybody shows you. If you have confirmation pattern, then you sell or you buy. Very simple. So this is just demo account. Whatever I'm going to do here is not going to affect my raw account. So the market is trending down. But you must know that you must be looking for a setup. Because if you don't have a setup in your mind you're looking for, then what are you looking for on a chart? Yes. So you must have a setup in your mind first before you can even do this top-down analysis. Okay. Have a setup you're trading in your mind first. Learn a setup from somebody, a strategy. Okay. So first one, H4. Second one, H1 for setup. Third one, M15 for entries, or H12 for entries. So your entries, your setups will all be on the H4. So you tally it up so that you can see what is going on in different time frames. So you see, it's very, very simple. Top-down analysis is very, very simple if you know what you're doing. But before you can do top-down analysis, guys, you must have a strategy you are trading. Go down my channel, okay? Go down my videos. You can find some of my strategies I've been teaching here. Then when you learn them, now you can use them to do the top-down analysis. After you do top-down analysis, now you look for what? A setup. You must have setup in your mind that you're looking for before you can even think of doing top-down analysis. So this is how we do top-down analysis. You open the chart side by side, and then look for the trace. Okay, look for the trace on the chart, and then you enter. Look for setup first, then look for entry. Always setup, entry, then you enter and you take your trade. You take your risk reward 1 to 2. Okay, so I think that would be all for this video. I just wanted to show you how you can do multi-time frame analysis. If you want to learn a strategy, go somewhere and learn a strategy, or go down my videos and can find a strategy and learn. Then you apply the principles using the top-down approach strategy. So okay, first H4 to determine the trend, H1 for setups, M15 for also setups.